First step, you've got to brush the hair smooth. You don't want to be dealing with tangles while you're doing this style. Next, you're going to create a ponytail. There is going to be hair that falls out, obviously, because this is a short-haired doll. So a tip that I have is actually flip her upside down and then brush it to the top of her head. This makes it easier and you can get it a lot higher. Alright, so now that we have this super cute high ponytail, we have to do something about these bottom hairs that are hanging off because that's not cute. So what I'm going to do is separate these two pieces and braid them both individually, so then she basically just has these little pigtails at the bottom. And it's kind of a look if you like Anakin Skywalker, but for those of you that aren't into Star Wars, we'll take care of these in a second. First, we're going to create the actual messy bun, and this is pretty self-explanatory. You just kind of wrap the hair around itself and then secure it with an elastic. And depending on how messy you want it, you can put bobby pins or loosen the bun. Grab 2 bobby pins, and we are just going to pin up those little braids that we made earlier, and it's as simple as that. You can't see them from the front, and then if you are specifically photographing the back, then you can edit them out, but overall this style is so cute on dolls with short hair, and a lot of people wonder how you do it, so blow their minds, guys. Next, I wanted to teach you guys how to fishtail if you don't already know. Fishtailing is such a good braid to know how to do because there's so many variations of it and there's so many ways that you can mix it up and make it look completely different. Of course, the first thing to do is brush out her hair and make sure that there is no tangles, otherwise your fishtail is gonna look kind of messy. This is optional, but I like to spray Sage's hair with water when I do it. It just helps it stay better while you're braiding, and especially while you're learning, it's easier. To begin the braid, separate the hair into 2 even parts. Next, you're going to take a strand of hair from the front of her head and pull it over to the opposite section. Still keeping the strands crisscrossed, do the same thing on the other side. And then you're just going to repeat this process and hold it in the middle. Normally I do this like facing myself, but for the camera I turned her around. So I normally hold it with my thumb as opposed to my index finger like I'm showing. It definitely takes practice just learning how to grip the hair without it getting loose as you keep braiding. Once you get the hang of it, you can do 2, and then there's some super cool styles that you can make out of that. And of course when you take it out, the waves are incredible. People are always asking me how I curl Molly's hair because it's not the same technique I use for Sage and Sam. The trick is foam rollers. I got these from Dollar General years and years ago, but I know for a fact that you can find them pretty much at any beauty store now and forever. To begin, you gotta prep the hair. The spritzing is optional, but the brushing is necessary, otherwise your curls are gonna be just big tangles. Separate a piece of hair from the rest. The size kind of depends on how tight you want your curls. The smaller, the more ringlety they'll be. And then the rest is pretty self-explanatory. Just roll it in the sponge curler and then let it sit overnight, or really as long as you want. And then when you take it out, there will be luscious curls. A quick tip, by rolling the curl up flat like this, you'll get more of a flip when you let it out, as opposed to if you roll it vertically. So if your doll has short hair, make sure you know that you're gonna give it a flip as opposed to a ringlet if you do it like that. After you let them sit overnight, or however long you decided, let them out and they will be gorgeous curls. And there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. I know that these styles are pretty simple and some of you probably already knew them, but for those of you that didn't, I hope you learned something new and I cannot wait to see these new looks on your dolls. Have an awesome weekend, friends. I love you so much. Bye! Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Now on to Mail of the Week. First up, I got a super kind letter from Reese. Thank you so much for this. I was so grateful when I read it. And then I got a letter from Lily, and you can't tell because I scrunched it up to fit into the scanner, but it was actually 2 pieces of paper taped together, and so it was super long, and I loved that, so thank you so much. I got a letter from Anna Pearl, who is actually in high school, so I think it's really awesome that you still love dolls, because I do too. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Sophie sent me this letter, thank you a billion times, and I love this drawing that you did, it was so cute. And last but certainly not least, I got a super sweet letter from Ruby. Thank you so much for taking the time to write me, and by the way, you have really, really nice handwriting.